Hey, just making this about 5 a.m. because I did neck exercises um, last night. It's like, I don't know, 7 p.m. I did them. I usually do them earlier in the day. But still, this happens every time. Um, like the tinnitus symptoms get worse temporarily and they're fucking awful. And like I get new sounds in my ears typically. So it's like my left ear is making like a low humming sound that I've never had before, or at least not in a long time. Because I've had so many sounds, I probably have had something similar maybe a year ago. I don't know. I don't remember. But it's like people are like, if you get used to it. But it's like, yeah, the sounds that are constant, I get more used to. But the sounds that change up all the time, I mean, I've talked with a lot of people who've had tinnitus, and they when they get new sounds, they're they're fucked up too. It really messes with them. Things get louder if the sounds change, whatever. Um, so yeah, I was doing rotational exercises like with resistance both ways, like those, and also chin tucks. And I think chin tucks have helped because like before I always started doing those, I couldn't lay on the bed without my. I couldn't lay on my back. I didn't lay on my back for 2 years. Cause I mean, I could physically, obviously, but it really sucked because it would immediately make my tinnitus symptoms really bad, like 3 or 4 times as loud, and it was bad. And now it doesn't. I mean, at worst, it might increase them like double, but sometimes like I'll be laying down on my back for half an hour because whatever, you're tired, you want to lay down, and um, I mean, people lay on the couch. Imagine not being able to do that, or imagine not being able to lean back in like a recliner. Like sometimes it's just good for your back, especially sitting in the cars all the time walking. You got to give your back a break. But um, anyway, it's good for your neck too if you don't have problems. But yeah, so I've been able to do that without much of an increase in symptoms, and it's been really nice being able to lay on my back. So I think it's worth it doing these neck exercises, especially since like I have a system-wide problem that seems to be affecting joints, and exercise is affecting literally every other joint in my body in a positive way. So like my knees, like I can walk upstairs and I don't really think about it, whereas before I couldn't. I had to pull myself up the stairs because the pain was so bad. Like I had to use my hands on the railing to pull myself up. My hip was so bad. Like I couldn't rotate my leg. I couldn't ride a bike. Yeah, I still don't ride bikes because like the repetitive, constant stress of that motion. I don't know if I'll ever. I mean, maybe someday I'll get to the point where I can. But yeah, so you wake up in the night with tinnitus. It's loud and humming and throbbing and intense. Like all of it's intense. Like the hissing is more intense. Like it's all when I exercise my neck, it all gets a lot worse because my tinnitus is caused by the C1 issues. And I guess when you exercise your neck, temporarily the muscles are going to become a bit weaker and the connective tissue is going to become a bit weaker because the idea is with exercise is you're causing some damage to the area, and when your body repairs it, it becomes stronger. So your muscle gets bigger, stronger, connective tissue gets bigger and stronger, bones get bigger and stronger. I don't know if they just show you increase in dimension, but your bones do increase in density. Um, and so, but for that time when you're a bit weaker, it's just like things are moving around a bit. And then, I mean, my C1 probably physically moves a bit, like a few millimeters, maybe a millimeter. It doesn't take much to change the symptoms, but Um, what helps is Advil too. Like if I drink a bunch of water and I take Advil or some other anti-inflammatory, something that makes the blood more thin, then that reduces the symptoms because I have symptoms related to blood flow because my C1 blocks the internal jugular veins. So almost totally. So yeah. So I just wanted to let people know because if you're gonna exercise your neck, you're gonna look like this at 5 in the morning. If you have the same root problem as me, and but I think overall it's been worth it because I'll go back and I'll turn on a bunch of noise. I mean, I already have rain sounds playing, crickets playing on my phone, train tracks, which is like because when you want to drown out tinnitus, you have to match the pitch of the tinnitus. Like you can't drown out a high pitched sound with a low hum. You have to have something similar. So like crickets help with the loud high pitched sound. Like train tracks are like a more humming sound. Anyway, just want to let people know. See ya. Hope you sleep well.